Hello, it's Tim from Cape Nights. I hope you're all doing great, and thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video and for watching the more recent ones that I've posted. That Fuji video has completely blown up. I mean, for a small channel like mine, that I don't really make a lot of effort to promote, to have 6,000 or 7,000 views on a video that's just like 2 or 3 weeks old is pretty great. I really didn't expect that response, and it's been wholly positive, so thank you for that. One of the reasons I haven't been on YouTube, actually the primary reason I haven't been on YouTube the last year and a half or so, is because I've been working on a big project and it's finally coming to fruition, which is what this video is about. I wrote a book. I wrote a book called Midnight on Cape Cod. It is both a coffee table book and a night photography learning book. And I've kind of smushed it all together. So if you like coffee table books with great night photography, you're going to love this. And if you like books that are educational based, you're going to love that. If you happen to read everything that I wrote, you'll accidentally learn something. So this is kind of checking off two boxes, I think, for two different groups of people. So that's been my primary focus for the last year and a half or so. And my first copy of it, the advanced author's copy, came in yesterday, August 8th, and I recorded an unboxing. I'm not a huge fan of unboxings in general. I don't like watching them. I try not to record them if I can avoid it. I think I might have done one like 8 years ago, maybe. But in this case, I wanted to do one for me. I wanted to remember the moment that I got to see this book for the first time. And I thought I would share that with you guys. If you're interested in picking up the book, you can do so at the link that I'm going to put in the description. And for you Pentax folks out there, this book is, I'm going to estimate 75% photographed with my Pentax K1, which I believe makes it very likely one of the few photography books out there that was primarily shot with a newer Pentax, the K1 specifically, and probably the only night photography book out there that has that high percentage of Pentax K1 shots. Now, my friend Ken Lee has come out with a couple books recently, and I'm not quite sure what his percentage is, but I know he uses a Nikon a little bit more, I think, but if he watches this, he can correct me in the comments. If you love Pentax and you love Astro Tracer and how well the K1 does at night, you'd love this book just for that. So enjoy this. I did come out with another book back in 2013 called Cape Cod Nights, and that was primarily moonlit shooting with my Canon's 7D and the 6D. And of course, since then, I've done quite a bit more. The remainder of my book, the other 25% of this new book, Midnight on Cape Cod, was done with the 6D, and I think I have one picture with the 7D in there. Anyway, enjoy this book unboxing. It's the only one I've ever done. It might be the only one I'll ever do. Hello everybody, it is August 8th, 2025, and I just received this box in the mail, and if it is what I think it is, this is going to be a great day. I'm both nervous and excited about it. This is from Schiffer Books. I didn't order anything from Schiffer Books, but I did create a book with them, which is coming out in October, called Midnight on Cape Cod. And as the author, I am supposed to be getting advanced copies, or at least one to start with, and this is probably it, which means this is the first time that I am seeing my book in print, which is a little bit nerve-wracking, to be honest, because there's so many different things in my head that could go wrong. I had an opportunity to look at the book through PDF over and over and over again. Sorry, I'm outside, obviously, and there's like a road nearby, so we have traffic. And I was able to go through and make, corrections to sentence structure and captions and rewrite things and rearrange photos. But what I didn't have any real control over was how the photos were going to print. So my poor editor was probably really tired of me saying, you got to make sure these print brighter than you think. You have to make sure that the colors are good. Here's a bunch of samples. I sent in 30 or so 5x7 sample prints from different types of night photography that is featured in the book, such as Milky Way or Moonlight or, Edgartown at Christmas, that kind of stuff. So this is the big moment. I normally don't do unboxing videos because honestly, I don't enjoy watching unboxing videos, but I'm kind of doing this more for me to remember the experience, but I'm going to share it with you as well. And If it's not my book, then nobody's ever going to see this video, but I don't know what else it could be. So I'm very carefully going to use scissors. Oh, look, it's it's a box in a box. It's a box with cardboard on top. So I still can't see what's in here. And now we have bubble wrap. They sent me a bottle of celebratory wine, or maybe it's champagne. Okay. So there must be a book in here somewhere. This is the 5x7s. Oh, look at that one. And I even wrote on the back, Milky Way. This one in the back here, Nopska Lighthouse. I wrote artificial light. So anyway, it was nice of them to send them back. Good grief. This is a lot of work. Those videos are probably already have been recording for 5 minutes. Okay, so I'm assuming this is the back. We'll start here. It's the front. Oh boy. The front image is printed on the book binder. Oh, yay. Oh, wow. They did so good. Yep, having some feelings over this. Look at this. So this is Highland Light. Yesterday, I went up to Highland Light to speak to the folks at the gift shop, and I showed them, I have these little like 5x7 marketing cards about the book, and I have the cover on the front, and I tell them, hey, you know what? This is the perfect book for this lighthouse because this lighthouse is on the front. So there's a very good chance that in 2026, you're going to see this book being carried at all the national park gift shops. That's the goal anyway. That came out amazing. This looks exactly the way that I wanted it to look. Okay, this one, this back cover, this is interesting. The back cover on this book is the same subject as the back cover on Cape Cod Nights. The difference is that this is several years later, and if you compare the two, you can see that this old pier has very much deteriorated. By the way, I'm under a giant red umbrella, so that might be affecting the colors here, but trust me when I tell you in person, this looks fantastic. I got a nice letter from them, signed by Pete Schiffer. Congratulations, encloses a finished advance copy of your book, Midnight on Cape Cod. This copy has been expedited from the printer, and additional copies will be sent with the stocking shipment arrives to our warehouse in approximately 6 to 8 weeks. So for those of you who ordered it, it should be coming out in October. The Schiffer book cover. So this is how it all started back in 2011. I went up to the Barnes & Noble in Hyannis, and one of these book covers dropped out of a book up there, and it said, do you have a book idea? It still says it. Do you have a book idea? I thought, you know, maybe I do have a book idea. Look at this front cover. They took something from one of my photos. I'm not quite sure which one it is, and they made this like the front inside cover. How wild is that? Super nice. This book has some weight to it. I think it's about 192 pages. I'll have to double check that as we get going here. I have lots of words here. Let's get to the photos. Let's get to the important part. Oh, yes. Okay. So I just showed you in the photo stack this photo, and it looks perfect. Perfect. Yes. Very happy about that. That firefly shot from Fort Hill is the first official photo in the book in chapter 1 called Milky Ways. And yeah, they nailed it. They absolutely nailed it. Here's a full page photo of Coast Guard Beach before they put all those giant signs up in the last year or two. And that looks fantastic also. They did it. I mean, obviously I'm going to spend some serious time looking through this book, but they did a fantastic job with these photos, and I am so excited for you guys to see all of these images in here. I mean, they just nailed the colors, they nailed the brightness levels. And of course, I have in here, this is my most popular photo right now in 2025. The Snowy Owl from Falmouth. That's the name of this photo because there's a sign on a restaurant here that has an owl on it. As a last minute addition, I was able to get in this book our big Northern Lights display from October of 2024. This was like right under the deadline, but I got it. So if you either photographed those northern lights or you missed out on the northern lights on Cape Cod, I have them all recorded for you here. And just as a little secret, this book is interactive in 3 places where you'll be able to be directed to another resource to see some background. And I'm not going to say more than that, but this is the first book that I've seen that allows you to get the behind the scenes on a few of the photos through this little technique that I did. And I think it will be really exciting for people to kind of immerse themselves in a few of these events, especially the Northern Lights. So I'm going to put a link in the description to this book, Midnight on Cape Cod, A Starlit Journey Across the Cape, and Martha's Vineyard. I have tons of Martha's Vineyard photos in here from all of my winter adventures and my crazy overnight shoots where I drive around all night and then sleep in a parking lot for an hour before the earliest boat comes and then get on that boat. That's all in here. And the final page count, 100 and I think it is 192. Let me see. Yeah, 192. And by the way, on the last page, I'm going to try not to get too emotional over this. That's my author's bio of my buddy, who is no longer with us. Anyway, that's the book. Thanks for watching, and more to come on this.